This tower has watched 1,000 storms. Its stones are crumbling, its builders are dust. But it is still standing, and so am I. The Watcher's tower is broken in the grave. The iron gates have rusted all away. The ivy crawls across the heavy stone, where kings and bloody armies bled and groaned. The centuries have hammered at the wall, but still the ancient giant refuses to fall. The wind has tried to tear it to the ground, but underneath the earth the roots are bound. I place my hand upon the freezing rock and listen to the ticking of the clock. I will stand exactly where the Father stood, made of heavy iron, stone and wood. Let the bitter centuries go passing by. I will keep my face turned to the sky. The world will try to break me with the pain, but I will be here standing in the rain. I will stand. I will stand. The empires rise and crumble into dust. The greatest swords are eaten by the rust. The names of heroes vanish in the night, but there is something sacred in the fight. Just planting down your boots upon the clay and telling all the darkness, not today. The wind has tried to tear it to the ground, but underneath the earth the roots are bound. I place my hand upon the freezing rock and listen to the ticking of the clock. I will stand exactly where the Father stood, made of heavy iron, stone and wood. sometimes. Just refusing to fall is the greatest victory. I will stand exactly where the Father stood, made of heavy iron, stone, and wood. Let the bitter centuries go passing by. I will never bow, I will not die. Let the whole world break apart in pain. I will be the mountain in the rain. I will stand undead, unmoved. I'll stand. The storm outside is ripping the trees from their roots. But here, in the belly of the mountain, the earth wraps her arms around me. I stand inside the mouth of ancient stone and watch the fury of the world be blown. The lightning strikes the valley far below, where the bitter rivers of the madness flow. I step into the shadow and the cold, and let the heavy darkness take its hold. The walls of granite do not shake or bend, a quiet place where all the battles end. I drop my heavy armor on the floor and lock the heavy, invisible door. This is my refuge from the raging sky, where the weary traveler can close his eye. Let the hurricane go, tear the earth apart. I have found a shelter for the broken heart, a silent sanctuary in the deep, where all the ghosts of yesterday can sleep. Refuge, my quiet red room. The men out there are fighting for a crown and burning all the beautiful cities down. They scream into the thunder and the rain, but they will only reap the heavy pain. I trace the water running down the cave, a quiet hermit hiding in the grave. The walls of granite do not shake or bend, a quiet place where all the battles end. I drop my heavy armor on the floor and lock the heavy invisible door. This is my refuge from the raging sky, where the weary traveler can close his eye. Let the hurricane go tear the earth apart. I have found a shelter for the broken heart, a silent sanctuary in the deep, where all the ghosts of yesterday can sleep. Sometimes you have to let the world destroy itself. You just have to find a place to hide until it's over. This is my refuge from the raging sky, where the weary traveler can close his eye. Let the hurricane go tear the earth apart. Let the mountain guard the broken, bleeding heart. I will stay inside the sanctuary deep and surrender to the quiet of the sleep. Refuge. Safe in the storm. Let the storm rage. Refuge. I saved a seat for you, like I always do. But the wind is the only thing that sits beside me now. The wooden bench is weathered by the sea, with room enough for you and room for me. I sit upon the edge and watch the tide, and stare into the empty space beside. The timber is so freezing to the bone. You are sitting in the dark alone. I I try to wrap my coat around the chill, but everything is hollow, cold, and still. I turn my head to ask you what you see, and remember that you're only memory. And I'm missing you more than the earth could weigh, watching the colors bleed out of the day. A silent conversation with the air, a heavy ghost sitting in the chair. The ocean sings a lonely, bitter tune beneath the shadow of the rising moon. Missing you. I am missing you. The sunset paints the water in the gold, a beautiful and ancient story told. But beauty is a cruel and bitter thing when you have no one left to hear it sing. I trace the carved initials in the wood and wish I could go back to when we stood. I try to wrap my coat around the chill, but everything is hollow, cold, and still. I turn my head to ask you what you see, and remember that you're only memory. And I'm missing you more than the earth could weigh, watching the colors bleed out of the day. A silent conversation with the air, a heavy ghost sitting in the chair. The ocean sings a lonely, bitter tune beneath the shadow of the rising moon. They say time fills the hole. They lied, it only makes the edges sharper. And I'm missing you more than the earth could weigh, watching the colors bleed out of the day. Let the silent conversation fill the air. Let the heavy ghost remain inside the chair. I will sit and listen to the ocean's tune and miss you underneath the rising moon. Missing you. Just the wind, just the empty space. Missing you. They say a man walking alone in the highlands will lose his mind, but I am not alone. We don't need words to understand each other. The heavy mist is rolling off the hill. The morning air is biting damp and chill. I stand beside the giant of the black, with all my earthly burdens on his back. He lowers down his heavy velvet head and listens to the words I never said. Our breath is mixing in the freezing gray. Two silent wanderers upon the way. He doesn't ask for silver or for gold, just a steady hand against the bitter cold. This is a loyalty that never breaks. Through every heavy step the journey takes, a silent brotherhood of blood and bone, so neither of us has to walk alone. When all the world of men has turned away, he is the only one who chose to stay. Forever loyal. We've crossed the raging river and the stone, and weathered every sorrow I have known. He felt the heavy trembling in my hand when we were driven from the promised land. He stood his ground when all the arrows flew, a truer friend than I ever knew. Our breath is mixing in the freezing gray. Two silent wanderers upon the way. He doesn't ask for silver or for gold, just a steady hand against the bitter cold. This is a loyalty that never breaks. Through every heavy step the journey takes, a silent brotherhood of blood and bone, so neither of us has to walk alone. When all the world of men has turned away, he is the only one who chose to stay. I trust him more than any king or captain, because his heart has no room for lies. This is a loyalty that never breaks. Through every heavy step the journey takes, let the silent brotherhood of blood and bone carry us until we reach the throne. Let the word of men go turn and walk away. We will ride into the breaking of the day. Loyal, side by side, into the mist. Loyal. These stones were here before the first kings were crowned. They will be here when the last of us are gone. Standing in this circle, you realize how brief a human life really is. Giants stand in circles in the mist, a heavy monument the earth has kissed. The granite pillars reaching for the gray, where ancient men would gather round to pray. I walk among the shadows of the tall and feel myself become so very small. The lichen crawls across the silent face, a slow and creeping master of the place. The worries of my little fleeting mind are scattered in the wind and left behind. This is ancient, older than the bone, a silent congregation of the stone. They watch the turning of 1,000 years and drink a river of the human tears. My heavy sorrow doesn't mean a thing inside the circle where the ancients sing. Ancient, the ancient I place my open hand upon the rock and step outside the ticking of the clock. I feel the heavy heartbeat in clay from everyone who walked this very way. We are a spark that flashes in the night, but they will stand forever in the light. The lichen crawls across the silent face, a slow and creeping master of the place. The worries of my little fleeting mind are scattered in the wind and left behind. This is ancient, older than the bone, a silent congregation of the stone. They watch the turning of 1,000 years and drank a river of the human tears. My heavy sorrow doesn't mean a thing inside the circle where the ancients sing.
Why do we carry such heavy burdens, when in 100 years the earth will forget our names anyway?
This is ancient, older than the bone, a silent congregation of the stone. Let them watch the turning of 1,000 years. Let the heavy grit to incite human tears. I will leave my sorrow in the mystic ring and listen to the quiet song the ancients sing. Ancient, let it go. The stones remain. Ancient.
Some grief is too heavy for words. The throat closes, the tongue turns to lead. That is when the breath must find another way to speak.
The little silver whistle in my hand, a piece of metal from a distant land. I bring it to my dry and heavy lip, where all the bitter, silent tears go drip. I cannot find the words to say goodbye, so I will let the little whistle cry. The breath of life goes pushing through the cold. A melody that's centuries of old. It carries all the ruin in my chest and lays the heavy agony to rest. This is the melody of broken things, the only kind of song the winter sings. It flies across the barren, empty moor and slips beneath the heavy wooden door. A quiet conversation with the gray when there is absolutely nothing left to say. The melody, the silent melody. The notes are hanging heavy in the air, a testament to everything unfair. They do not ask for pity or for grace. They only want to fill the empty space. I close my eyes and let the music bleed, for it is exactly everything I need. The breath of life goes pushing through the cold. A melody that's centuries of old. It carries all the ruin in my chest and lays the heavy agony to rest. This is the melody of broken things, the only kind of song the winter sings. It flies across the barren, empty moor and slips beneath the heavy wooden door. A quiet conversation with the gray when there is absolutely nothing left to say.
Music is what happens when the soul refuses to be silent.
This is the melody of broken things, the only kind of song the winter sings. Let it fly across the barren, empty moor. Let it slip beneath the heavy wooden door. I will pour my broken spirit in the gray when there is absolutely nothing left to say. The melody, let it speak, let it fade.